It is the day before Christmas Eve, and I am hyped. We got quite a bit of news to share with Disney World, movie news, DC, Marvel, Netflix, surprisingly. But yeah, so let's dive right into it. Starting off first, I would like to say Avatar is incredible, and I will be making a spoiler review in a bit, but Avatar has made over $60 million, and they need $2 billion in order to make a profit off of the movie. So far it's going towards the right direction, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to make any money or not? Speaking of James Cameron, this is really exciting for me because I always love these movies. James Cameron said that he's thinking of rebooting a famous series that he has made, the Terminator series. Terminator 2 is one of my favorite movies, and I really love Terminator 1. And I just really like them, and if it was rebooted, I wouldn't mind it. I would really like to see a modern day Terminator, and see how that would be kind of, done. I think it would be pretty cool, and I love James Cameron's action sequences. So yeah, that would be awesome. Can't wait for that. Going into next news, we got kind of a bit of stuff with Netflix. Knives Out Glass Onion is finally on Netflix. I've seen this back in November when it was in the movie theaters, but now everyone can watch it on Netflix. However, there is sort of kind of news with Netflix. They are not going to be letting people share passwords with other people. For example, say like you used your grandmother's Netflix account, they're not going to be letting you do that anymore, and I'm not quite kind of sure how that's going to be done, because say your grandmother just put on Netflix on your TV here, and when she was in town, she wanted to watch Netflix at your house. How would they be able to tell if you're using that or if she's actually using it? So I don't know if they're going to be doing it where you can only use one profile per Netflix account, or if you can use only a certain amount of devices for Netflix, which kind of would make me a bit upset because I have quite a bit of TVs and phones that I like to use in this household, and that also gives me the idea, well, is that going to mean, like, say you're in the same household and you have a large family and you have separate accounts, like, say your mom buys Netflix, does that mean you, your brother, sister, your uncle that lives in the house, like, can they not use that same Netflix that your mom is paying for the whole house? Or does everyone have to get new Netflix? So I kind of feel like that's a bit unfair. I'm not quite sure how it's going to be solved, how they're going to be doing it, but they're going to start doing this in the new year, which is kind of beyond me, but I think we're all kind of curious on how this is going to work. Heading over into Marvel news, we don't really got much. We just got one thing to say. Daredevil Born Again is filming in February of 2023, and I don't really know how to take this, but Charlie Cox has come out and said this show's not going to be as graphic as the first one. Now, I don't know what that being said means, because like in the first Daredevil show, there was a big graphic, and that's what made it kind of popular, especially with the actors and the performances. But as long as it's like more better with storytelling, I'm fine. Because in the first Daredevil show on Netflix, there was graphic scenes where obviously you got Kingpin decapitating a man's head off. But if it's like Captain America Winter Soldier vibes, where it's Bucky versus Steve, I'll be fine. Because that scene was incredible. You have like Shang-Chi fight scenes, like good fight scenes, but then if you get like Hawkeye, where we got Kingpin fighting, I'm going to be very disappointed with the show. But Charlie Cox is a win for this show. I love him as an actor and as just Daredevil overall. Like, I'm a big fan of Charlie Cox's Daredevil. But I mean, it's a bummer for sure. Now, moving over into Walt Disney World news, we got some news, some big news actually. The railroad is finally back, and they're kind of giving him a new voice for the holiday season. They're going to have an overlay, and I feel like this is incredible. And obviously this means Tron is almost done, and we got a few images here. Tron looks incredible. Now I'm going honestly with the date of either late February, early March for Tron. I'm so excited for this. This is most of my anticipated rides in Disney World over Guardians. I was so excited for this ride and I can't wait for it. And I'm definitely going to be riding it this August when I go. But yeah, the railroad is back and that's been a long awaited. So that's going to be sick. And lastly, of course, we can't leave this holiday season without talking about DC. It has come out that The Rock is fired from DC and playing Black Adam. James Gunn said that they have really no roles for him or plans for his kind of future. Now, they said way in the future they may bring him back. So this leads me to believe that they might be doing an Infinite on Earth's Crisis on Earth, whatever it's called, situation where maybe we'll have Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but it's most likely we're not going to. And I mean, it's kind of a bummer, but because I was a bit of a fan of Black Adam. I thought it was really cool, but clearly this means that Black Adam is not going to be within the future of DC, at least Dwayne The Rock Johnson's. So I mean, that kind of is a bummer, you know, but it's nothing like that we haven't seen. We are going to be seeing, though, the movies that James Gunn is going to be releasing after the New Year. So that's going to be a whole video in itself, and I can't wait for New Year's Eve, because then that means we're going to be getting some news. Whenever it is, probably it'll be a week after New Year's Eve. So yeah, so that is really all the news I have. With that being said, guys, please like the video, subscribe, and have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. You know, it's great. With that being said, Disney out. Peace.